Hello people out there. This blog, I don't think is really going to be a really nice blog. But it's going to be an opinionated blog because we all are opinionated and we are allowed to view our opinions, and I'm sure that this blog might get a few comments and people might start saying, you know, why go on about certain things if you don't like certain things. But as I said, we all have opinions and I like to give my view across certain things. The title of this blog, should I call it Susan fucking Boyle? Yep, the fucking word has to go in there because, you know, I don't like the woman. And first of all, I'd just like to say that going back to previous Britain's Got Talent, the winner Paul Potts is from. I don't like music that basically got poor classical. I don't normally listen to that, but the difference between Paul Potts and Susan Boyle is that Paul Potts actually is a little bit better. Let's just say that he's modelled himself and he's done himself, and I think I reckon he's got more respect for the whole thing. I don't think Susan Boyle has respect. I think she's just a fucking plain old silly cow, basically. And the point I'm making is, yeah, she come along to Britain's Got Talent. She thought, I'm good enough to sing. I can audition for the show. And then, of course, she come out, and we all thought, oh my god, look at her. She ain't gonna be very good, is she, right? And when she started singing, yeah, I understand she got a good voice, and all this and that. So she was gonna sail through, obviously, the round and all this and that. But you see, she probably don't realise that, you know, once you get into these talent shows and competitions, that you are able to get the press on you. You know, the press might write things about you that might not be very nice. And people know that when they come into these talent shows. I mean, I could go into X Factor, I'm not saying I will do, but I can go into X Factor and think to myself that it's going to be a sailing way, that I could not have nobody write about me. But I know that the press can write about me because I've gone into an X, you know, and they might want to find something about me. They might think, that's a mysterious Mr. Wallace out there, and what's that? But you see, Susan Boyle, right, she had this, and then, you know, if it is true what she's supposed to have done, things that she's supposed to have thought about and said and done, then she is just a pathetic old silly cow. Because it's like Piers Morgan was saying, you know, that she could win the show. She could basically win that show, which obviously meant that, oh, she get a bit too high now. She probably thinks, right, if I can win this show, and if what Piers is saying, then I can be above that level. You know, I can get really big and think I'm already famous, as if, you know, getting a bit big for her boots, right? But then again, what happened? Piers Morgan, on another show, decides, oh, there's another group that could win it as well. You know, praising them, and supposedly Susan Boyle goes, but I'm not happy. She's not happy because Piers Morgan has obviously had opinionated that he thinks another band could outdo Susan Boyle. She doesn't like that and gets in a huff. See, how stupid can you get? And then there's that, the final show. We all thought she was gonna sail through it, and she lost to Diversity. Good on her, she did. And what is she going to do? Supposedly, she goes and attacks the producers after the show because she's raving and ranting about not winning that show, more like. She's probably upset, I understand, but there's no way to go at the producers, and if supposedly she did, to say that she, you know, whether on, you know, on all this account that she lost the show. And then, there's the press. They have to write about her the next day. Not really much about Diversity. They won the show, but they don't get it because what it is, Susan Boyle's caused a lot of controversy, you know, with the producer and that. She lost the show, and she has to go to hospital. She's got problems. I reckon it's because she lost the show. That's why she got the problems, and therefore she's been rushed to hospital, and therefore creating the media to actually write about her. I mean, we don't have to read it if we don't want to. I don't read the papers. I never actually paid attention to it much. I know a little bit from what Mum and Dad have obviously said, but I never actually picked up the paper and went straight to Susan Boyle's page and read about her. But if I did, it was to find out what silly things she's been up to. In my opinion, I just think that is no way to actually be a person. And as said, my mum said to me, basically, if Susan Boyle had won Britain's Got Talent, would she have had to need to have gone to hospital? There you go. There's some things about her that don't seem all that coy. I think she was a little bit big for her boots on that show, thinking that she'd won the show already. It's like when you get praised, she thinks that she can win that show quite easily. And I often think that's sometimes a little bit sad that somebody like Piers Morgan can actually build her up and say she's good enough to win the show, you know, one of the best, and then not necessarily knock her down, but have opinionated on somebody else that could obviously steal her crown, and she obviously don't like it. So she obviously thinks she's getting a bit big for her boots, and she's not even won the show yet. She hasn't even, you know, and therefore that's the whole point. So I think they need to get a bit of a reality check first, and I know we can all be confident that we can win these type of shows when we go into it, but I wouldn't want to go into it thinking I'm good enough to win this show, but I have competition. I might not win this show yet. I've got to do my best, and that's what I think she should have done. I don't think she should have really raved and ranted about people like Piers Morgan, thinking I don't like it because he's allowed other opinions. He's allowed other opinions if he wanted to. That's what I'm saying. And she'll get a record deal out of it anyway. She'll probably jot off to America, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, she's done some of that Robbie Williams can't do, have a #1 hit. But you see, that's the one thing about it. It's not with that thing, because it will probably go into opera and classical charts. I mean, the little girl Connie Talbot was on Britain's Got Talent, right? And they wrote in the bloody paper. Now this is stupid because they don't even know the fucking facts. And I know more than the fucking newspapers, but they wrote down that she'd had a #1 hit in America, where Robbie Williams had failed. Well, I don't know how they got that, because she never had a, and I know this because I read Billboard magazine every week. I follow the charts every week, and I've never seen Connie Talbot's name in the top hit. Let's just say I've never seen her name in the pop charts for any singles. She never had a Hot 100 hit. She never had a bubbling. Well, she could have had a bubbling under, but we never. But that wouldn't make it #1, would it? No. And she never had a chart album in America. She never appeared in the dance chart, the country chart, the R&B chart, or any chart for that matter, unless she'd appeared in some little like kids music chart or whatever. But Billboard don't normally publish them, so. And in my Billboard magazine, all the charts that are published in there, which is usually jazz, things like videos, DVDs, is all the pop charts, it's the album charts, it's the R&B charts, the country charts, the dance chart, and you get like the heat seekers, which is albums before they actually get into the major top 200. You do get bits and pieces like that, but you know, and I've read all the charts in Billboard magazine, and I've never seen Connie Talbot's name in there. So where newspapers are getting this, she's had a #1 in America from, I don't know. Unofficial charts, maybe. They've probably gone to some little place in America and found there's a local chart, and it's got like #1 written all over it, and Connie Talbot's name's not there, but that doesn't mean anything. She never had a #1 in America. So where the newspapers get that facts wrong, or right, I don't know. Wrong. They get it, where they're getting it from, I have no idea, because that's irrelevant. And Robbie Williams has had more hits in America than Connie Talbot. So yeah, I'm just giving my views about a certain Mrs. Susan fucking Boyle. Yeah. And I just hope that we don't hear too much about her, but you know what'll happen. She'll get a record deal, and then you'll hear about her. But it wouldn't matter to me, because she'll be in the classical and opera chart, so I won't have to worry about her. And, you know, but it'll be the fact that when you watch, but when she comes on TV, I won't even watch her. But I just think that the way she handles certain things in Britain's Got Talent was just fucking pathetic, really. And she should have shown a bit more respect, I think, because you know, she's not the only one in the competition, and Piers Morgan was right to have opinions on somebody else, but because he did, she obviously weren't very happy about that, thinking Piers should have just praised me and nobody else, which is absolutely fucking pathetic. No one picks up on this, and it really is absolutely fucking dreadful. So and I really do sincerely apologise for the swearing that I've done, but you know, it has to be said and done in this way. So I'm allowed my my opinions, and therefore that's what I am giving. But we will have some light-hearted discussions coming next, so hopefully we'll talk about things like Coronation Street. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. A British institution, I say. So, bye for now.